Okay, Miss G, we're going to get ready to wrap up our Identify coaching lesson. Um, and we've talked about a lot of questions. We've answered a lot of questions. We've talked about a lot of stuff. So now we want to narrow it down to a specific student centered goal from that lesson that you want to see kind of change throughout this semester, throughout this year,
Right.
to move those students along to where you want them to be. And so if you had to identify a student focused goal, what would that be or how would that look?
Gosh, you know, they're attentive in all aspects of the System 44 program, but that basic phonemic awareness. I would like to see students um, become more proficient. If I had to say one, maybe student by, we take the new Lexile test in December. So
Okay.
by December, students will be able to categorize long and short vowel sounds
Mm-hmm.
at 80% accuracy.
Well, that'd be awesome. No,
I don't
that,
know. Should I make it like the whole class at 80%, or should I do students, like how many percentage of students will be at 80%?
yeah.
I don't know
You
which
know
one.
your students better than I do, but I almost see that as being kind of more attainable, by some, that you know which ones really, you know, or you're learning because I know that you're having new students come in every week,
Every week.
and it's
And it's
that's
like back up
yes,
and start again.
so this year's unique in that.
Right.
I know ideally we would have all our students face to face and they would be here and all settled, but yeah, I think definitely the 80% accuracy, but it might be like 75% of my students meet it at or say 75% at 80%, and you have 20% maybe at 60% or something. I mean,
Okay.
depending on you know maybe your reports that you have, or maybe some peer like.
Now we can always adjust that goal,
Oh
right?
yes, yes,
So
your
then if we
goals
just
can.
say, if we say the whole class
Okay, so this will
at
be a whole
eighty
class.
percent by December,
Okay.
and then through progress monitoring, if it looks like we're not going to make it, maybe we'll just tweak that goal.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. And also, like you had mentioned, you have your data reports from
Every
System
week.
44, which are weekly. But if you can pull in some one-on-one conferencing, if you can, kind of actually watch them, whether
Right.
it be in a computer program, whether it be on their System 44, whether it be on the whiteboard, then you're going to be able to really see more of what they can do. You can do
Exactly.
some one-on-one assessing versus your data reports.
Right.
And so now that we've talked about that, we're going to move into our final criteria, and that's for the teacher to identify a teaching tool or strategy that will help to hit that goal. Now, there are a plethora of strategies and resources out there, but what's something more technology related that we could pull in to emphasize on that technology integration, and also having our kids become more comfortable, because these kids might be the kids that aren't as comfortable being one-on-one with a Chromebook, or being having that independence to work one-on-one other than playing a game
Mm-hmm.
on an electronic device. What could we maybe do that's something in your classroom that is an expectation of the school system that would also help you and your students? What would be a student centered, teacher focused goal that would help you to meet this basic phonemic awareness goal?
Well, you had mentioned the active board. This year, not every teacher. I'm one of the lucky ones that got a new active
And some
board.
would fight you for it.
I know. I got a new active board, and it's more than just a Promethean or a whiteboard. It's a powerful tool. I don't know how to. I mean, it's like cell phones. They're smarter than me.
Mhm.
There are capabilities in that whiteboard that I don't know of yet. So I would like to learn more about what that whiteboard can do.
Okay.
The active board. I know we've got some, experts on campus
Mhm.
that maybe I could spend some time with learning more about it. And if there is a way to pull in lessons through that active board, that students could feel like they're playing a game, you know, by sorting and categorizing, that might be more beneficial
Oh, yeah.
to them.
Well,
and
and
then,
it's new technology.
It's
They're
new.
getting to put their hands on something that they don't normally get to put their hands on.
right.
But it also gives you an opportunity to teach them that responsibility that can kind of be a reward, for those that are staying on task and, doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So-
And then another thing is the county this year is expecting us to implement and utilize Google Classroom.
Okay.
I know this much about Google Classroom. So if there was some way that I could, I don't know, I'm gonna need help on that.
Okay.
If I can push out lessons
Mm-hmm.
to them through Google Classroom.
Through that interface.
And then that would give them something to work on at home.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two things.
Oh gosh, that just brings up the light bulb of maybe that would be some things for
Easy
those
homework.
students. Easy, just
Should
kind
be
of that
easy.
drill and practice that you talked about that you don't really need to use up class time for,
Mhm.
but that you could send through Google Classroom. So it's not only getting you more used to Google Classroom, it's getting the students more used to using it on a regular basis. Plus, it's giving them that reinforcement of those phonetic, concepts that you want them to master
Right.
and demonstrate in your class. So that's kind of threefold.
So now I have two pieces of homework.
There you go.
Learn how to use the active board to its full potential, and learn
Google
how to do
Classroom.
Google Classroom.
Well, we will definitely work together to find you those resources and definitely have it on my to-do list of some student resources that might help you, which will help us as we move into our next coaching lesson, which
Okay.
and the next coaching lesson is the learn portion.
Oh,
so
good.
I think that that's something that we can definitely bring in to this big picture. So
Okay.
overall, I know that you weren't happy with the lesson, but I do feel like it was a good starting point for truly identifying
Right.
that current reality and the goals that we need to look at, and that it's not that, it's hard, it's just what can we do to make your classroom run more smoothly so that you feel that your students are getting everything they need, especially because you're not working with an average 6th through 8th grade group of students. You're
No.
working with those that are
Second graders.
working several grade levels behind.
Right.
So anyway, well, thank you so much.
You're
and I
welcome.
appreciate you letting me coach you.
Thank